Hey YouTubers, it's Herbal J. It's November 22nd, 2013. Friday, November 22nd, 2013. In this video, I will 100% proof that the New World Order is real and they're planning it. If you watch this video, by the end of it, you will not have no doubt that the New World Order is real. 100% proof, people. It's all over the news. Us crazy people ain't so crazy no more.
Conspiracy theories, are they really that far off of the truth? That is the topic of tonight's byline. I get a lot of emails telling me about different conspiracies. Sometimes they're a local politician, a group of politicians, looking to keep a writer from doing something because so-and-so doesn't like them. Then I get the emails about the Illuminati and how they control the world. Sometimes the Pope, Queen Elizabeth, and the Freemasons are in on it too. And of course, every time a big international meeting comes up, we hear more about this. The Bilderbergers, the G20, and of course, the World Economic Forum. That's the big gab fest currently underway in Davos, Switzerland. And it's cited, well, they're all cited as examples of shadow governments who are part of the New World Order.
The New World Order.
Put our Fed and our SEC under the control, in effect, of the IMF.
Oh, come on.
They're
Do you
gonna
believe they'll do this?
That's what was in the draft agenda. They call it coordination of regulation. What it really is putting the American economy under international regulation.
Yeah.
And those people who have been yelling, oh, the UN's going to take over global
Conspiracy
government.
theorists.
They've been crazy, but now they're right.
Yeah.
Persian Gulf War as a stepping stone for a new world order. But that threat, it still persists today. The U.S. State Department, the Federal Reserve, even the EPA are sending billions of dollars overseas, and many economic and political decisions made in the United States just don't benefit us. They benefit a would-be one world government. Joining us now is Jack Hunter, columnist for the American Conservative. Jack, this idea has been around for a long time, but it feels like we're getting closer and closer to the realization.
Absolutely. This goes all the way back to Woodrow Wilson, who wanted to make the world safe for democracy, FDR, all the way up through President Bush and Obama, of course, George H.W. Bush, who were finding out his New World Order is getting awfully expensive. I think that's what the American taxpayer is thinking right now.
Oil looks higher. Gold looks higher, currencies look weaker, all for the reasons that we talked about before. I mean, you've got huge wage disparities. I don't know how that inevitably resolves itself. It may resolve itself in some type of a global currency crisis. And then if the global currency crisis unfolds, then inevitably you get, I guess, an alignment under a global world government, a new global currency, and a new world order.
We may not see it this year, we may not see it next year, but they have opened up the idea of there being some form of other regulator across countries, and I think that's going to come
So
back.
is this some sort of new world order?
This because we're paying $55 million a day for the president's ideology of a one-world utopia, which we will play a leading role in. That's what we're paying for, an ideology, and it's coming out of taxpayers' pockets.
What do you say, Adam? I mean, give me what you really think more about this.
I couldn't disagree more. There is no ideology here. There's the absence of ideology. I don't know why you question that this is humanitarian in part. And secondly, you know, if France has a good idea, there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that France has a good idea just because it's France.
So are you gung-ho for it?
Adam, are you gung-ho for it? I'm not gung-ho for any of this, Stuart. I'd rather we weren't fighting in a war or a
guys,
non-war.
I don't know if this show airs in the Ivory Coast, Bahrain, Yemen or other parts of the world where there's serious humanitarian issues, where there's serious, the Obama doctrine should be applied to those places as well, if indeed it's humanitarian. This is a one-world government. This is what this is all about, and we're going to chip in. We're going to do our part.
All right.
You do what you can, where you can, not where you can't. And no one's talking about a world government here, Charles, except for you.
Clear disagreement about paying for something.
Ted, what do you think America's place in the New World Order should be? It's always been seen as the global policeman.
Defense Secretary Dick Cheney has approved a revised draft of a policy document on the New World Order.
In an interview with the Los Angeles Times on April 21st, you said that you told the Associated Press that the American government has created weather tampering techniques so that the New World Order will be able to starve millions of Americans and to control the rest. Would you explain what you were trying to say?
That the Iranian president, given his history of explosive and inflammatory rhetoric here at the UN, is likely to go quietly this time around. He has already called in interviews here in New York for a new world order.
A new world order.
A world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order.
It's about the future of Europe and a new world order.
After 1989, President Bush said, and it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
And the hope that each of us has to build a new world order.
The pieces are in flux. Soon they will settle again. Before they do, let us reorder this world around us.
So that the problem of the Bush presidency will be the emergence of a new international order.
Within the next 4 years, we will see the emergence of a new international order.
The beginning of a new international order.
But today, with Asia already outproducing Europe, India and China are clearly becoming part of our new order.
So, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, a new world is emerging. It is a new world order with significantly different and radically new challenges.
I think its task will be to develop an overall strategy for America in this period when really a new world order can be created. It's a great opportunity. It isn't just a crisis.
That this crisis, in the way that has developed, will require some kind of a world government.
Good evening, everybody. President Obama and British Prime Minister Gordon today calling for a new world order to tackle our global economic crisis.
And the president outlined his vision of a new world order in which the U.S. would participate fully.
We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
So I see a world order in the future with a multipolar world order.
I think the new world order is emerging, and with it the foundations of a new and progressive era of international cooperation. We have resolved that from today we will together manage the process of globalization to secure responsibility from all and fairness to all.
And one of the ways it will drive the change is through global governance and global agreements.
But in a globalized economy, we are going to have to take global responsibilities, and there is going to have to be some semblance of global governance.
Never before has a new world order had to be assembled from so many different perceptions, or on so global a scale. Nor has any previous order had to combine the attributes of the historic balance of power system with global democratic opinion and the exploding technology of the contemporary period.
There also exists an extraordinary opportunity to form for the first time in history a truly global society.
Well, during the conflict with Saddam Hussein, which he handled so superbly in a short-term sense, we kept talking about a new world order. And then President Bush, at the end of that war, promised he would give 4 graduation addresses, 4 commencement addresses, describing that new world order and what America's role was going to be in it. Turned out he gave one of those addresses and canceled the other 3 and talked about something else. That's what, because they weren't ready yet.
That in fact we're all going to have to give up a little bit of our sovereignty in order to make the world work.
And I strongly believe India will be a central actor in the new world order.
And this present window of opportunity during which a truly peaceful and interdependent world order might be built will not be here for too long. Already there are powerful forces at work that threaten to destroy all of our hopes and efforts to erect an enduring structure of global cooperation.
Are you optimistic a global system can happen from what we've heard so far?
It could happen, and in fact it's in the works.
Sir, just one thing. We could go on about how your family committed all these acts against society, but we just want to let you know the New World Order has no legitimacy, and that we as a people are not afraid, and we are waking up to the robber barons and the big banksters who are looting this economy with the Federal Reserve.
Well,
Iran. They're gonna blame it on. They're gonna say Israel just got attacked by Iran. They got hit by Iran, or Iran hit. United Kingdom. Iran hit America. They hit us. They're gonna go over there and freaking cause World War III. Some kind of reason, some way. They're gonna try to pin it on Iran and go over there and kick off World War III. Maybe Syria, Iran equals World War III, people. Here's this one on this Chinese guy. There's more behind that. I actually think that the banksters done took America and took all these people by hostage. Now they're just gonna watch them bleed, watch them die out. They use them up, and then once they're done using them up as much as they could, they throw them in the trash, throwing the people in the garbage. And freaking, they want to create this total dictatorship, but just with the rich. There ain't no middle class, there ain't nothing, just the rich rule all the rest. Little circle of these evil rich people who rule the rest, and people are going along with it. Brainwashed, watching their TVs, watching this and this, instead of watching real news. But watch this.
The world is at the brink of either being subdued or overcoming the U.S. NATO military intervention in Libya, now moving into possibly Syria, or even to Iran. If Russia, China, or this SCO, the alliance, are weak, so that not enough to stop the U.S.-led NATO military aggression in North African region. So I hope so. The SCO, Russia, China, Russia leading this new global movement to balance the power in the world so that they can build a new world order where no more unilateral, aggressive, or even colonial methodology being put into a sovereign nation such as Libya.
What sort of a financial deal should Obama be seeking to strike when he travels to China next month?
no, I think this would be the time, because you really need to bring China into the creation of a new world order, financial world order. They are kind of reluctant members of the IMF. They play along, but they don't make much of a contribution because it's not their institution. Their share is not commensurate. Their voting rights are not commensurate to their weight. So I think you need a new world order that China has to be part.
Told you, 100% proof, it's real. Like my last video, like I was telling people in my World War III video, you guys subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of other videos, a lot of interesting ideas. You know, if you're thinking, you are winning. we're winning, us Christians. I'm going to make another video on that, and about the New World Order, and about the end of time. But Herbalist J, I'm out.